Peace, peace, peace. This your brother Monroe Jr. So, New York Senator Jesse Hamilton is pushing to introduce a bill that would criminalize 9/11 calls against people of color or black and brown people without evidence of malice or hatred. That's another word for hatred. Hamilton says the bill sparked from a self-described Trump fan who called the police on him for no reason. The senator represents the Flatbush, Brownsville, and Crown Heights sections of Brooklyn and wants to make sure the bill benefits people of color who live in those areas. Hamilton stated to patch this pattern of calling the police on black people going about their business and participating in the life of our country has to stop. He also noted that that's going to be a hate crime when speaking on the future of people calling the police for black people for no reason. The senator made it clear he wants to be able to make a clear distinction between calls where people are actually threats as opposed to if someone is judging a potential risk based on the color of their skin. Hamilton gave insight into how the new law would work if passed, saying under the new law, the Oakland woman who called 9/11 to report a barbecue, the Philadelphia Starbucks manager who had 2 customers arrested, and the Yale student who reported a fellow student for napping could be charged and prosecuted had they called 9/11 in New York State. And the source of this report is Raw Story. And you have, some people saying good, I hope it passes. And some other people says it's the only way to punish people for being racist. And somebody said false rape accusations too. And let me see. I'm just reading what people are saying. Somebody else said passing any law that specifically mentions race isn't going to work well. Somebody else says these are racists using the law for their racist purposes. If the system isn't racist, it shouldn't be complicit in racism and should punish those trying to use it to harass others. So I just gave you all a few different perspectives from different people, from different arenas of thought. My personal opinion is, I agree with that. I don't see why not. If you make an example out of some of these haters who hate on black people, who, just don't want to be in their mere presence, and vice versa, we shouldn't want to be around those who don't want to be amongst us. But I absolutely think that an example should be made out of some of those who have nothing better to do with their life than to mess with people who are peacefully going about their existence. So I concur with that. I can dig that. Will it actually be enforced and implemented? Well, if you're the person calling on a racist and the person who is supposed to give justice to the law is a racist, well, oftentimes justice does not prevail, right? So that's when it goes up into a higher court, right? A higher court of divinity, right? Who is judging all of our affairs. See, nobody gets away with nothing today. We may think we get away, but it's a temporary it's a temporary getaway or a temporary leave that you get. See, but the scripture says that if you sow the wind, you will reap the whirlwind. So you might not even see the punishment. The Creator is so cold that he'll get somebody near to you, your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your daughter. He'll hit you where it hurts, where you love, right? See, that's the way he gets down. You see. So we have to be careful what we do to that which we didn't create. See, black, brown, red, yellow, white people, we didn't create ourselves, right? We were byproducts or vessels of our parents, right? Our parents did not create themselves, right? So we all have to be careful how we treat the creation of God that we did not create. And, you know, the scripture says, do unto others as you would like to be done unto yourself. Well, hell, white people, y'all can't handle a tad bit of injustice. Anytime you receive a tad bit of injustice, you go crazy. Whether it be against your own white people giving it to you. Y'all can't even withstand the little tyranny they put on you. So, hell, treat the black and brown people like you would like to be treated, or else you're going to be removed off the face of our earth. The world that we are ushering in, white supremacy would not be the order of the day. So if you think because of your whiteness that you're right all the time, and because of your whiteness, you're better than the next person, you will not exist in our world. And that's the same for every other color. Color alone would not allow you to prevail in the world that we're ushering in, the kingdom of heaven. It's only our righteousness in that day that will sustain us, right? Because we got some black people out here that's black, but they wicked as hell too, and they would not prevail or exist in our world. We killing that evil, self-hatred, bourgeois, self-hating, Uncle Tom mindset, right? So we're dealing with all dynamics, right? We have to go to war with everything that is against righteousness, even the own wickedness that is in ourselves. That's the biggest enemy. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan said we can't conquer the big Satan that's out there unless we conquer the big Satan that's within, right? The enemy, that slinking devil that's within, that whispers into the hearts of men and women, right? Whenever it's something in us that has an inclination to do against that which God, our nature, beckons us to do, right? God is all up in us, family. So absolutely, I think that, I'm sorry for going so far off topic. I absolutely think that should be implemented. I think that would actually be a good bill. It might actually get some race haters out here locked up potentially, you know. But like I said, if it's a racist that answers the phone and a racist that's supposed to implement justice, a lot of times justice falls by the wayside, and then at that time it divinely is placed into a higher court with a higher judge, right? So and that's our creator, and that's the universe, right? So all things work out good for those who love the Lord eventually. This your brother Monroe Jr. I'm signing off. Peace.